The third video on a short series on how to handle and deal with divorce stress. In the previous two, we've looked at what stress is and why it's so important that we don't let it get out of control, because it reduces the amount of energy that we have. Basically, it means that we very often find it difficult to make good decisions because the mind is so busy and thoughts are very scattered. So it's important for health, for decision making, general well-being, and peace of mind. I mean, we all want peace, don't we, really? That inner peace. Even if life is busy, we still want to feel good about ourselves and that things aren't going out of control. We looked at the importance of breathing deeply down into the abdomen and pausing to give yourself that little bit of space, how important it is to accept our situation, even if we don't like it, and that helps us to move on. To have a vision of where we want to be and use that vision regularly to keep us in the positive and minimize that negative input. And then we also looked at cold showers, a quick cold shower, and the power of that to clear those negative patterns, to give you good, vibrant health, to feel alive, but also to help deal with those situations that just seem to carry on. If you've had a confrontation or you've got a bad situation happening that just keeps buzzing around in your head, a quick cold shower can help clear that. And now what we're going to do is look at a few more tips to help to layer onto those initial ones. Now, one of the things that is very stressful going through a breakup or a divorce, particularly if a divorce where there's property involved and children and finances and all of that, and especially if it's come suddenly and is very stressful, but in any event, what we want to do is to get as much information about what is going to happen, the legal situations, the financial situations. Get yourself sort of wised up, if you like, so that you can then see what the framework is within which you're going to have to make some decisions about the life changes that are going to happen. And if that seems overwhelming, then just take it a step at a time. That's the only thing you can do anyway. You don't know what the future steps are going to be. So take it one step at a time and pace yourself. But you've got this framework within which you understand how the whole procedure is likely to pan out. When feeling overwhelmed, it can also be helpful, and in any case, just to keep things on track, it can be helpful to make lists. I'm a great list maker. Apart from anything else, it stops things going round and round in your head. I don't have to remember things and keep saying to myself, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? If I've got it in the list, then I just go through the list and revise the list. And that also helps you just to focus on what you're doing one step at a time and focus on that one thing. Now, when you're making your list, it's really important to have your own self-care at the top. You can't do anything else and be effective with anything else if you haven't got a good self-care plan or routine in place. And that doesn't mean being rigid about it, but it does mean making sure that you're consistently giving yourself the self-care that you need, things like healthy eating and sleeping and whatever. And if you slip up one day, okay, you let it go, but have that intention, that purpose of putting yourself at the top of the list. Another way that you can help to release the stress, if you're feeling really at the end of your tether, if there's nothing you can do about anything, if there's something you need to do, then do it, and then you can move on to other things. But if there's things just buzzing around in your head and there's nothing you can do about it and you're feeling stressed, maybe get onto YouTube and have a look at some comedy clips that are going to break that pattern and give you a good belly laugh. Put some music on that's uplifting, whatever sort you like. Dance around the kitchen, whatever it is that's going to change the energy and just break that negative aspect of it, because it's very hard when we're in the negative to really feel into the positive. So we have to take some steps to just break that pattern and start those baby steps to moving on into having more of the good stuff, really. So there's a few ideas. We've looked at getting as much information, so you've got a framework, one step at a time, so don't get overwhelmed by it. Make some lists to help you pace, but make sure you've got your self-care at the top of that list. Laugh, dance, sing, whatever is going to break those stressful patterns and stop you just mooching around feeling that everything's against you, because it's not, but you can lift yourself up. So I hope you found that useful, those 3 different videos on some ideas of how to deal with divorce stress and the stress of a relationship breakup.